It's New Year's Eve and you want to take some pretty pictures of your dog. Here are a few ideas that you can be doing right now with your pup to get really cute social media content or just really fun pictures to send to your friends and family. The first one is to grab a disco ball, but you have to be careful with this one. You want to do this in appropriate lighting. If your dog is one that kind of panics over lighting, meaning if they see a reflection off of your watch or your phone and they go crazy over that, be careful with this one. It's a disco ball. It is meant to reflect light. If you're taking these photos of your dog in a place that is dark and you're shining a light at them, you're gonna have a lot of reflection. If, however, you have a brightly lit room and a disco ball, it's going to have a lot less reflection because that other ambient light is going to drown it out a little bit more. You want to make sure that if, again, your dog is going to go crazy over the light, you have them very stationary. Don't make them spin. Don't let your dog touch them. Have a little bit of distance. Glue them down if you need to. If you need to like grab a board and glue things down to get a photo, you can do that. Now, my dogs don't mind it. They're not going to worry about this. And so I am going to be able to take photos of my dogs with low lighting, with high lighting, whatever I want it to be. And those disco balls, I'm actually going to let my dogs explore them. I've done things like this in the past, and they are going to be able to have fun with those disco balls. I'm probably not going to go super low light with them because I don't want them to experience the flashing lights and then get hooked on it. I had a dog who previously loved what I called shadow friend, which was like a reflection of the light off of my watch or off of my phone or off of something shiny, and she would love to chase it around the room. And I don't want my dogs to do that. I'm watching them right now. I don't want them to do that. So I'm going to be a little bit on the careful side with the disco balls, but disco balls are incredibly fun and good for your social media photos. If you don't want them in front of you, you can actually put them behind you. You can hang them behind your dog as you are taking these pictures. But again, if you are hanging them and then shining a light at it, it will spin with the light. So you can also do this in multiple parts. You can take a photo of your dog and then take the photo of the disco balls behind them and composite it together. There's lots of options for this, or you can kind of just create stationary things behind them. So if you don't want the disco balls in front of your dog, put them by your fireplace mantle. If you've got like a little step on it, put them on the step behind it and have your dog in front of that so that the disco balls are behind them, but you still have the glitter inside of your image, which is really, really fun for New Year's Eve photos. You can also go with confetti and sequins. If you have a sequin background, put it up, put your dog on it and take the picture. It's all about the sparkles. It is all about the sparkles. You can even add in confetti in post. You don't have to like throw confetti at your dog. But if your dog is well behaved, if your dog is not going to eat confetti, by all means, spread confetti on the floor. Let them nose it a little bit. Let them lay in it. Let them play with it. If you have a dog that's not going to swallow anything, you can kind of let them like really play with it. You can have them hold it in their mouth. You can do whatever you want, but confetti and sequins, really, really good. And again, if you don't want your dog exposed to it in person, add the confetti in post editing. There's lots of ways to do that. And if you'd like a video on that, go ahead and let me know. But we also have videos on that over on my main channel, youtube.com/KMRobinson, where we're teaching you how to thrive on your social media to be more profitable with less effort and less stress and less time commitment. So confetti and sequins, always good. And then you can also do things like hats and kazoos. We want to think of those like really staple photo booth New Year's Eve props. So what are we talking about? The pointy cone hats or top hats. You can do the kazoo. You can put it in their mouth or you can spread it on the floor like, hey, there's been a party and you just caught us in the middle of the party. You're leaning into those photo booth vibes for New Year's. So think of those staple decorations when you go to one of those like super fun like photo boothy parties. That's what you're thinking of. And so we're going with the disco balls. We're going with the hats and kazoos. We are going with sparkles, sequins, confetti. Anything that screams New Year's Eve is going to be really good for these photos as you are continuing to create imagery of your dogs for social media, for documentation of your dog's life, and just to send to your friends and family because it is fun. New Year's Eve is all about the shiny, the reflective, the sequiny, the confetti, and you want to lean into those as you're creating content of your pups. Also follow along because we're dropping daily videos helping you navigate the world of being a dog parent, including documenting your dog from your content for your holidays to your everyday documentation of your dogs, whether it's for social media, just to share with friends and family, or just to have that documentation. We've got lots of tips and tricks on how to level up your content that you are creating of your dogs, whether you are using a phone, a camera, you're a professional, or you're a beginner. We've got all sorts of great content here from a professional photographer and videographer to make it better for you. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.